This video is brought to you by
Cool Grain Clothing. We done gone worldwide and we coming straight out of Baltimore. Come on down, shop with us at 215 West Saratoga Street. And if you can't come and shop with us in person, go online right now at coolgrainclothing.com and make your purchase. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way, and that's just basic.
What's going on, YouTube, fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For my day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. With that being said, let's get right into the story. When we meet somebody we are interested in, most of the time, things start off perfect. It's exciting, fun, interesting, getting to know the person you are pursuing a relationship with. Most of us know that's the honeymoon stage, when both parties are on their best behavior. We listen to what the other person is looking for and we try to become that. Some people will even pretend, even if what you are looking for is not really in their character. As the relationship progresses though, red flags usually present themselves. And you can see now that the mask is off who you are really dealing with. Some people have serious issues, whether they are jealous, insecure, can't handle rejection. But of course, who would lead off by saying, oh yeah, if I catch feelings for you, I might start acting crazy. Some people are smart enough to pick up on the signs and foresee where the situation might end up if they stay invested. So they might decide to cut that person off. Most people are cool with that. They understand things have ran their course and you can't make a person want you or stay with you. But others want explanations. They want to know why you are deciding to call it quits on them. And if their feelings are involved, this is where things get tricky. While we are together having fun, we never think to ourselves, like, if this don't work out, how will this person handle it? Besides, most of the time, once the relationship goes this far, that person knows where you live, where you work, what kind of car you drive. And when a person becomes obsessed, the outcome could be fatal. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we'll be discussing a recent case of a man who became obsessed with his ex-girlfriend and after the breakup, plotted revenge in an evil way. 22-year-old Tiana was a beautiful young woman trying to find her path in life. Described as outgoing with a big smile and big personality, the young lady was a girly girl, very much into fashion, and as an ex-cheerleader, always kept that pretty girl demeanor. But Tiana wasn't conceited. She was very down to earth. Originally from New York, she would find herself moving to Baltimore to start a life there. She landed in a nice apartment in Parkville, Baltimore County, where she stayed with a roommate. Young and beautiful, the young lady had no shortage of men beating down her DMs, trying to get at her. But one day, while on IG, one man caught her attention. 23-year-old Rashad Mack, and the two started vibing, hanging out, and going on dates. He would come over, spend time at the apartment, and things seemed like they were getting serious between the young couple. So they made it official. Now boyfriend and girlfriend, Tiana started peeping her new guy might be a little possessive and controlling. And that wasn't in her character to sit under a man all day, as she was young and wanted to be independent. So eventually she cut Rashad off. She stopped answering his calls and texts. She thought that was that, and now she could move on with her life. But he wasn't ready to let go. Some say he will always beg her to meet up with him to discuss their relationship, but she always was able to brush him off by saying she was too busy. Knowing he was acting a little bit off, the young lady grew concerned that she now had an obsessed ex on her hands. Thinking he was just hurt and his feelings would soon fizzle out, she kept it moving, but Rashad had other plans. On March 28th of this year, after a day of being out, Tiana returned home. And to her shock and surprise, Rashad hopped out of her car where he was sitting at waiting for hours. She traveled with another person that day and left her vehicle. He told her they needed to talk and that he got in her whip through an unlocked door. Knowing the man was acting a little bit strange, she texted members of her family saying if something happens to me, his name is Rashad Mack. The two went into the apartment to talk. Then the next day, around 1 p.m., Rashad called the police saying he was injured and so was his girlfriend. Baltimore County Police responded to the apartment in the 8300 block of Nunley Drive. When they got there, they found Rashad sitting in a chair, and it seemed the man was suffering from a knife wound. A broken blade was next to him, but Tiana was found in the bedroom, suffering from multiple cut wounds, and unfortunately, the young lady was pronounced gone on the scene. Rashad was taken to a local hospital for his injuries, and then taken in for questioning. He claimed he came to his girlfriend's house to talk that day. He waited in the car until she got home. He stated that night everything went good, but the next day he claimed his girlfriend Tiana was trying to take his life. He stated she attacked him with the knife and he fought her off, but he said that wasn't enough. He said the young lady was strong, so he felt his life was in danger, so he used a weapon and it didn't slow her down. Rashad said the knife broke, so he grabbed some scissors to finish off the job. But of course, police didn't buy the story. They determined his wounds were self-inflicted, and talking to Tiana's roommate, they knew she was scared of Rashad. The roommate told them she didn't want nothing to do with him. Also, they spoke to a neighbor who heard the commotion, saying they heard a woman screaming, Why are you doing this to me?" Then a man on the phone crying, and the text messages to Tiana's family, saying if something happens to her, it was Rashad. With that, he was taken into custody, charged with first-degree hit, and during his first bail review, the young man at first declined representation, but now Rashad has requested a public defender and is being held at Baltimore County Detention Center without bail. Rest in peace to Tiana. I send my prayers and condolences to her family. It's clear Rashad didn't want to let her go, and for whatever reason, decided he would wait for her and take her life. I think baby girl knew once he popped out that car, it wasn't going to be good. But out of fear, she let him in. Then realizing there was a possibility something would happen, she sent her family that text message. To all my people out there in relationships, if a person tells you they don't want to be with you no more, I know it might hurt. You might even be head over heels in love with that person. But trust me, time heals all, and feelings fade away quicker than a life sentence. You gotta be strong enough to walk away. Now, bro has took this young lady's life for nothing, literally, just cause she didn't want him no more. I'm gonna end this one with a question. Have you yourself ever been in a similar situation where you broke up with somebody or cut them off and they seemed obsessed, calling, texting? If so, how did you handle the situation? Or what do you think is the best way to handle something like this? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, man, crazy story. Rest in peace, that young lady. I definitely send my prayers to her family. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the situation. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. This is another episode of the Baltimore Way. It's your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out.